அல்டிமேட் ஸ்டோர் சரவணா செல்வரத்னம், சென்னை, மதுரை and திருநெல்வேலி.
காங்கிரஸ் மூத்த தலைவர் கபில் சிபல் செய்தியாளர்களை சந்தித்து வருகிறார். அதனை பார்க்கலாம்.
Majority in the House, there's no doubt about that. I was reminded, this is something interesting. I was reminded of a famous cricketer called Jim Laker. Jim Laker is the highest off-spin or spin wicket taker in the world. He played a match against the Australians, I think, in 1958 and got 19 wickets in a test match, the highest ever. So our Laker is trying to bowl a spin ball for the government. It is their Laker, not Jim Laker. And he is trying to ensure that somehow the Anna DMK and the DMK get together and therefore TVK may not be able to form the government. But from what I hear from the newspapers, DMK have said that we're not going to join with any other party. So now the governor is clearly aware of what the situation is in Tamil Nadu. And he must follow the dictum of the Supreme Court and the recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission. Now what is the situation? The Sarkaria Commission says if there is a pre-poll alliance which has a majority, then the leader of the pre-poll alliance will be asked to form the government. If there is no pre-poll alliance, then the leader of the largest party, which has the support of others, will form the government. Then if there is a post-poll alliance, which have a majority, then the post-poll alliance, leader of the post-poll alliance, will form the government. These are the recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission, and I'm talking about way back in 1983 to 1998 when these recommendations were made. They say a pre-poll alliance, a coalition commanding a majority. That's option number one for the governor. The single largest party with support of others, option number two. A post-election coalition with all partners joining government, option number three. And a post-election alliance with some parties' support from outside, number four. Right? So at this point in time, no single party has the majority. So therefore, normally, the single largest party, even if they don't enjoy majority, should be asked to form the government. Why is that? The reason is very simple, that the test of majority is not in the domain of the office of the governor. Governor cannot test as to who has the majority. So the governor willy-nilly has to ask the largest single party and the leader of that party to come and form the government. So he'll swear in the leader of the TVK, and then he will give time to the TVK, 5 days, 10 days or whatever, to show his majority on the floor of the House. And then if he is able to show his majority on the floor of the House, so many things can happen in that situation. On the floor of the House, there may be some who may support him. There may be others who may not support him, but don't defeat him. Right? They may abstain. Right? So his government will survive and he will continue to form to manage the government. That's the law, and that's happened actually only once in Karnataka, where the BJP was the single largest, but did not have the majority of the House in Karnataka. And the governor asked the BJP to come and form the government. So you have a precedent also. So I don't see why this governor is not playing ball. And the simple reason is that he wants to buy time and ensure that the BJP can manipulate, and they are past masters at that, the electoral process and somehow manage not to allow TVK to form the government. That's the law on the subject, and I can sort of go on and on. But it's unfortunate that this is happening. I believe that TVK leader met the governor, and the governor told him, show your majority. You don't have majority, but that's not the governor's task. It's not the governor's job, because under Bomai, it is clearly said, and that's a constitutional bench judgment, that the governor cannot decide in his office as to who has majority or not. And every time this has happened in Uttar Pradesh, it happened. In his office as to who has majority or not. And every time this has happened in Uttar Pradesh, it happened that the Supreme Court directed a floor test to be done. I've myself argued several cases of this nature. So it's unfortunate, and I wanted to bring it to the notice of this government, of the people of my country, that if this is the way governors are going to behave, then we might as well say goodbye to norms and goodbye to democracy.
So can Vijay move the court immediately? Can we take legal action in this scenario?
No. By the time the legal action is taken, in fact, more time will be spent. You go and file a petition, then they will come and say, we'll file a reply, then arguments will take place, then 2 months shall pass, that gives enough time to the BJP. This is not right.
So when can we take that action?
He can take it action, that's for him to take that action, it's not for me to advise. But what I'm saying is, this whole process is subversion of the Constitution. If you force a party, which has the single largest majority in the House, to go to court and seek a judgment of the court, that's actually buying into what the BJP wants. So the governor should do their duty. And the president, if the governor is not doing his duty, dismiss him. But who has the courage to do that?
Sir, if he enjoys the support of few others, then can he literally form the government tomorrow and take charge?
That the governor is saying, you show me that support. That's what's illegal.
So if he gets that by evening, then he can approach the governor.
If he gets it by the evening, yes, but that's not relevant. I mean, you are now putting into place a precedent which is unconstitutional. But it is not for the governor to say. Nobody else has gone to the governor saying that we have majority. DMK has not gone. Anna DMK has not gone. Others don't have the seats in any case. And how can persons with 59, a party with 59 seats or 45 seats go to the governor? So none of the others have gone. Right? So on what basis is the governor saying, you prove your majority? This is the wrong question to ask. An unconstitutional methodology adopted by the governor, which of course is unfortunate, but that's the flavor of constitutional law in this country and constitutional politics in this country.
Sir, I'm quoting this press release of Tamil Nadu, which is written that the Honorable Governor explained that the bipartisan majority support in Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly essential for the forming the government has not been established.
That's precisely what I said. It's the wrong question. Who is he to say? Who is he to say? Establishment of the majority has to be done on the floor of the House. Governor cannot make that statement, cannot issue that press release. That press release is inconsistent with the law of this country. That's why I say governors are agents of the BJP. Their constitutional office, they are like there are tenants. They are tenants at the pleasure of the powers that be. How can he ask?
He's saying that's because he wants a stable government.
Everybody wants a stable government. Then is that what that's what Gomai says? Is that what the Sarkaria Commission says? Of course, the object of everything is a stable government. Narasimha Rao ran a minority government. Remember, it was pretty stable. How can he ask that question? I'm asked. How many times have I to tell you the same thing? He cannot ask this question. That's not the law of this country. He's violated the law, but that's... Please don't embarrass me.
But sir, what are the options left for the TV case? You are saying that if they go to court, it will be indirectly a help of that system, what they were alleging.
No, people may say, we support the government from outside. I don't understand this. You don't have to have a positive vote, but you say, look, we are happy with this government. Let them run the country, let them run the state.
So, sir, where does the stalemate get broken? For how long will the government not come into place? Because the guys who have majority, they're not really being able to move ahead.
No, they will ultimately, if he doesn't do it within a day or so, he'll have to go to court. There's no choice. And we will then hope that the court will direct immediately within the next 2 days to prove his majority on the floor of the House. So what the governor is not wishing to do, contrary to the law, the court will direct. Not really.
காங்கிரசின் முன்னாள் நிர்வாகி சட்ட வல்லுநர் ராஜ்யசபா எம்பி கபில் சிபல் செய்தியாளர்களை சந்தித்தார். அப்போது பேசிய அவர் தாவேக தனிப்பெரும் கட்சியாக உருவெடுத்திருப்பதாகவும் தாவேக்கவை ஆட்சி அமைக்க அழைக்க வேண்டும் எனவும் தெரிவித்திருக்கிறார்.
அல்டிமேட் ஸ்டோர் சரவணா செல்வரத்னம், சென்னை, மதுரை அண்ட் திருநெல்வேலி.